feel for her is coming through. And it is a wonderful thing for me to be part of this tribute. I don't know how many senators would have the governor of their state here when they're honored. And the former distinguished, incredible Senator Paul Sarbanes is here. That in itself, Senator Mikulski, is testimony to your status among all of us. And so many of us are here in the Senate because Barbara Mikulski knocked down the barriers one by one. The first Democratic woman ever elected to the Senate in her own right. The first woman to serve in both chambers. The longest-serving woman in the Senate. And now she has made history once again. This past Saturday, after 12,858 distinguished days of service, no other woman in history has served in Congress longer than Senator Mikulski, ever. Now, some trailblazers make history, and they're content to stand proudly alone. Aren't I great? I did it, but not Senator Mikulski. She always made clear she was honored to be the first Democratic woman, but she never wanted to be the last. I'll never forget her saying, quote, "Some women stare out the window waiting for Prince Charming. I stare out the window waiting for more women senators." Well, 17 women, Republicans and Democrats, now serve in the United States Senate. And I know all of us have stories to tell about how Senator Mikulski helped us along the way, reaching out to mentor us, encourage us, lead us, organizing regular meetings filled with folders and pens and pencils, and organizing dinners. She and Senator Hutchinson teamed up, and we're so fortunate to have them working together. We get together now and then just in the heat of debate. We sit down and break bread together. You know, when I considered running for the Senate in 1992, Senator Mikulski was the very first person I went to see after my husband. I was conflicted. I had a good House seat. I was told I could hold it for as long as I wanted, and I wasn't sure if I should give it up for the Senate. I was considered a long shot. Senator Mikulski told me the following: "If you run, and I want you to run," she said, "it will be the toughest thing you will ever do and the best thing you will ever do." And she was right. You know, those of us of a certain age have probably seen the play or the movie A Man for All Seasons. Well, today we celebrate a woman who is truly a senator for all seasons. Some members have passion. Others have policy skills. Some are brilliant negotiators. Others great advocates for the least among us. Some are very serious students of history, and others are flat out hilarious. But I don't think our country has ever seen so many incredible traits combined into one senator. Whatever the issue, she'll address it. Whatever the problem, she'll solve it. Whatever the wrong, she'll fix it. Whatever the need, she'll meet it. Whenever and wherever people without a voice need a champion with a keen mind, a sharp wit, and an unparalleled ability to speak from the heart and get things done, Barbara Mikulski is there. And a lot of us have been there with her, and we've watched her, and we love it, and we marvel at her. She does it with a sense of humor that's unparalleled. Anyone who has ever listened to a speech or interview with Senator Mikulski has heard her utter these incredible quips, which I fondly call Mikulski-isms. She's called us women into battle by asking us to go earring to earring with our opponents. She has challenged us to square our shoulders, suit up, put our lipstick on, and fight. She's said often that women don't want to talk about gender, but an agenda that helps America's families. When asked by Glamour magazine how she felt about being named Glamour's Woman of the Year, along with singer Madonna, Senator Mikulski replied, quote, "She's got her assets, I've got mine, and we both make the best of what God has given us." Well, I'm reminding you, when asked about the different perspective women bring, she often says, "Women, we're not so much about macro issues, but rather the macaroni and cheese issues." Who else could say that better? When discussing the challenges women face in politics with a group of female parliamentarians from around the world, this is what Barbara Mikulski explained to them. They asked about what is it like to be a woman and is it tough? She said, let's put it this way. In an election, if you're married, you're neglecting him. If you're single, you couldn't get him. If you're divorced, you couldn't keep him. And if you're widowed, you killed him. And then there was one of my favorite Mikulski moments. This is a treasured moment. The women of the House still hadn't managed to integrate the House gym. So we were relegated to this tiny room with old-fashioned hooded hair dryers and hardly any room to move. But there were very few of us, and we decided to make the most of it by having an aerobics class. Of course, coming from California, I organized it. Well, in came Geraldine Ferraro, Barbara Kennelly, Olympia Snow, Barbara Mikulski, and me. Our instructor starts the class by asking us to stretch our arms way up, and we do. Groans. Put your hands on your hips, more groans. Now she says, bend from the waist. Suddenly, a voice bellows from the back of the room, if I had a waist, I wouldn't be here. We all turned around to see Senator Mikulski, and we just cracked up. Needless to say, that was the end of the aerobics class. Look, as funny as she can be, I can't think of anyone more resilient than Barbara Mikulski. I remember when she was mugged a few years back. One evening outside her home in Baltimore, a man pushed her to the ground and grabbed her purse. It was terrifying for the mugger. He had no idea who he was dealing with. At 4'11", Senator Mikulski fought back and defended herself, just like she defends the people she represents, just like she defends women and families, just like she defends equal pay and equal rights and civil rights and the health care of our citizens and the dignity of our seniors. The truth is, Mr. President, the Senate used to be a very lonely place for women, but Senator Mikulski changed that. From the day she was first sworn in, she has carried the challenges, the hopes, and the dreams of millions of women with her. Barbara Mikulski has inspired generations of young women everywhere. She's given them the confidence that they can do it too. Because even as we celebrate this incredible milestone, I know that Senator Mikulski's greatest hope is that a young girl growing up today will be inspired to follow in her footsteps and one day to break her record. And when that happens, it will be because Barbara Mikulski, our dean, our cherished leader, our senator for all seasons, opened the doors of the Senate wide enough to let the women of America walk in. Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you, Barbara Mikulski.
Mr. President.